Hi, let's talk about depression. A few months ago, back in July, I made a video talking about depression and its correlation with social media. I will link that video down below in the description on the little eye icon in the video, and I'll actually put it as an end card at the end of this video so you can go check it out, the initial video. This is a follow-up to that video. When I made that last video, I just grabbed my phone and I just started talking, so I'm doing that again right now. Looking back at it, this is probably the most engaged video I put out in recent years with random people in the YouTube community. And I'm pretty sure some people on Facebook or some of the other social platforms that I'm on saw the video and then went to YouTube and commented as well. All the same, I felt like this is a subject that should be followed up on now since it's been about 5 months. Well, the first thing I want to do is give an update about how I'm doing. I know when I made that video, that was probably the first time I've ever said out loud that I have depression, as well as anxiety and a few other things that I'm dealing with, but depression was definitely a forefront of a lot of those issues that I'm dealing with. Since then, I'm doing better. I am back on social media, all of them, to include Facebook, though I do not enjoy being on it. I am most active on either Snapchat, Instagram, or Twitter, just because there's a healthy distance from other people's issues and drama that would get me kind of sucked in it. And I would say I'm most active here on YouTube. So how am I doing? There are good days and there are bad days, just like anyone else dealing with anything else. Today, I'm okay. Since I posted that last video, I had really good days and I had a few really, really bad days. I'm telling you, I mean really bad. I'm not ready to talk about it now, so just trust me. Today I'm making this video because I'm a little bit more reflective about the impact the last video had. Someone said in the comments that they thought they were the only one who felt that way, and they saw my video and now they're glad that they don't feel alone. And I wanted to make this video to truly emphasize that you are not alone. And even if you feel like you might be alone or you don't feel comfortable talking about your issues to your immediate circle, if you and I don't know each other and you feel like you need to talk about it, I'm here to listen. And if we do know each other and you still want to talk about it, I'm here to listen. I want this to be a discussion that helps lift one another up. I noticed a lot of people shared their experiences and that they felt some type of similarity to what I was talking about. I just want to start by saying that depression is real and mental illness is just as serious as physical illness. We just don't have enough medical research on mental illness at this time. But I hope the more we talk about it and not make it feel so taboo, the more light we put on it, the more attention we draw to it, it might help point some things in the right direction. Honestly, I have no idea. Truthfully, I don't want this video to be about me. I want it to be about the subject matter. I still get kind of nervous talking about it, even though I've written about it since then. Verbally doing this and you seeing my face, and this makes me feel exposed, vulnerable. But that's why I feel like it's important to talk about it. Exactly 10 days after making that last video, someone who I idoled very much for many, many years, someone I actually looked up to for professional reasons and personal reasons, unfortunately passed away due to his mental illness. That's what kickstarted me to get back into social media, to see, one, if it was really real, and two, to let everybody else know that I was okay, because people were then reaching out to me telling me, oh my God, I'm sorry, etc., etc. But that's pretty much where I want to end it, about it being about me, and I want to talk about the subject. Social media amplifies emotions. And if you realize you're going through a rough spot, I noticed the negative emotions get amplified a lot more than the positive ones. Positivity is so easy to kind of dismiss because I think we take it for granted. We take for granted what we value in life, and it's easier to point out the negativity. It doesn't help when there's bullying going on. It doesn't help when there's personal relationship issues going on. It doesn't help when you're comparing yourself to somebody else or that they're comparing themselves to you. The problem when we have so much resource at our fingertips and we can see what everybody's doing every second of the day is that you kind of get overwhelmed with whatever the narrative is being driven. Anger, sadness, those are very passionate emotions and it's easy to be captivated by it, which is why people are drawn towards drama, the latest gossip, something in your immediate circle, or something that's going on in the world. But what I don't think people take into account is the effects that it has afterwards. That stuff lingers. It doesn't just go away because you close an app. Something doesn't go away just because you said it and then it's done. If somebody says something that kind of provokes this reaction, triggers this reaction, it lingers. And when you're in a certain state of mind, it lingering kind of makes you go down this rabbit hole. I can count on a handful of times where going down that rabbit hole in a negative light made me get down too dark and too deep too quickly. The hardest part is always getting out of that slump. I can tell you personally that I go through slumps for no reason at all. I'm a guy who has everything going for him. The point I'm making is that everything that's happening outside of here doesn't always influence what's going on inside here. There is a cause and effect pattern, but when you see somebody who presumably has everything, you're not seeing the real picture. Another problem with social media is that people show you only what they want you to see. When I upload music on here, it's because that's what I want you to see. When I do skits, it's because I'm in a goofy mood. When I'm doing vlogs, it's because I'm documenting something that feels relevant to me at that point. But then when I force myself to sit down and just talk to the camera like this and be very upfront and honest, it makes me have to reflect on my own actions about what I show the world. You take away all the tangible things, what you're left with is what you live with. If you're struggling with some type of depression or anxiety, or both, what I find helps me is to find some type of creative outlet. And it doesn't have to be something that you do publicly. I share my music here because why not? I don't care what people say. I know I don't have the best voice. I know I don't write the best music. That's fine, it's not for you. That's my creative outlet for me, how I'm feeling at that moment. If you're a drawer, even if you don't draw good, draw something. If you're a poet, write something. If you just like writing, write. If you like taking photos, take photos. You don't have to share them. They're for you. Let that be your expression. If you're also a musician, play away. I think where I'm getting at is that to a certain extent, the only things that happen to you externally is what you allow happen to you. But what you do for yourself internally, that's always going to be for you, and nobody can take that away. And if you don't know if you have found that creative outlet for yourself yet, that's fine. Experiment, mess around. I never thought I'd be making videos, but here I am. I never thought I would publicly share my music, but there I have. There's other ways you can try to let out these demons that you feel. Go for a walk. I love hiking. I travel places just for the hike. I leave California just to go find new places and explore. Do anything you can to either clear your head or find that silence and take away all that noise so you can think for once. The biggest issue I found is that people don't know who they are when they're alone with their thoughts. And they're scared of that. So they distract themselves with YouTube videos, music, people, drama, other people's lives. They do everything they can so they don't have to be left with their thoughts. In my experience, when I used to do that, I would get insomnia. Because at the end of the night, I'm laying down and all I have is this. So I would stay up and I would keep staying busy so that way I didn't have to think about my thoughts. I didn't have to think about the stuff that I was dealing with. But the more you push it away, somehow it finds a way to just come back even worse. Don't be afraid to listen to your voice. Even if we have a damaged mind, I think I truly believe that we still have the willpower to want to live. We have to sift through all that extra nonsense to find out what drives us, what might heal us, to what might give us purpose. And lastly, what I want to say is if all that doesn't help, seek professional help. Sincerely, get help. Find somebody who's medically trained in this. They will not judge you. We lose too many people to suicide, and even one is just too much. It's a pointless death. We are all fragile. We all want to be loved, and we all have something to give. So just know that you are not alone. And if there's anything that I can do to help, I'm here. Always. Until then, I'll talk to you guys later.